أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فإذا مس الإنسان ضر دعانا ثم إذا خولناه نعمة منا قال إنما أوتيته على علم بل هي فتنة ولكن أكثرهم لا يعلمون قد قالها الذين من قبلهم فما أغنى عنهم ما كانوا يكسبون فأصابهم سيئات ما كسبوا والذين ظلموا من هؤلاء سيصيبهم سيئات ما كسبوا وما هم بمعجزين أولم يعلموا أن الله يبسط الرزق لمن يشاء ويقدر إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يؤمنون صدق الله العظيم. These are ayats from Surah Az-Zomar, the ayah number 15 and 51 and 52. In the ayah number 50, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قَدْ قَالَهَا الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. There are many people, there are many nations before them have said it. قَدْ قَالَهَا الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. What they said that they have given the wealth, they have given the opportunity in this life because of their knowledge. Allah know them that they deserve that wealth. إِنَّمَا أُوتِيتُهُ عَلَى عِلْمٍ. It's not a favor from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not a bonus from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but they deserved it. They deserved. If it were not for that Allah regards them as special, He wouldn't have given them. This was their saying, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informs us that قَدْ قَالَهَا الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. Many people before them have said the same thing. They said that they deserve the wealth. They are special in the sight of Allah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so gives them. There is a real reason for that giving. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, this is not a new statement. قَدْ قَالَهَا الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. Many nations before them said the same thing. فَمَا أَغْنَى عَنْهُمْ مَا كَانُوا يَكْسِبُونَ. But what they earned in their life, what they gathered in their life, didn't avail them. مَا أَغْنَى عَنْهُمْ. If it was their wealth, if they were deserving that wealth, if it wasn't for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then they would have gained, they would have availed, they would have gained some benefit from what they earned, from what they gathered in their life. But ما أغنى عنهم, didn't avail anything for them. ما كانوا يكسبون, because all of that was فما أغنى عنهم ما كانوا يكسبون, all of that was a favor from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They claimed that they deserve it, but in reality they weren't deserving anything in this life. You cannot deserve any favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because whatever you do, any mean you will use in that way, all of them is already from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you do not possess anything to present before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a shukr, as a thank to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even your mouth, even your ears, even your hands when you open them, to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All of them is already a possession. All of them belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it is narrated from David alayhi salam that when he realized that whatever he does, he cannot make shukr, he cannot thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he cannot fulfill that. And he said to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I feel that I cannot thank you, I cannot be grateful to you, because any mean I use in order to be grateful to you, all of them already your possession, all of them belongs to you. So I do not have anything beside you, and so I can use it to thank you. At this moment I feel that I am incapable to thank you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informed him that, "O David, now you became one of those who are grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." Whenever you understand, whenever you realize that you cannot thank Him for His favors, you cannot thank Him for His bounties, at that moment, this is the maximum level you can make shukr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we are just now cannot thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His favors till today upon us. So how can we deserve new favors? How can we deserve new wealth or new health or any kind of favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? The believers know that all of them from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a bonus, as an extra, and whatever we do as a worship, we are mandatory to do them. We should do them because we are just creatures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have already already have to do that. So we cannot expect some reward for our deeds, we cannot say our deeds deserve the reward of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No, we should do them, and we should know that Allah is the one who gives for our deeds. He accepts them as a notification, as indicators for His rewards, and He gives them. That means that our deeds deserve the bounty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the belief of the believers. But the deniers, they claim that they deserve the bounty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they want to say that Allah is mandatory to give them. Many people before them said the same thing, but فَمَا أَغْنَى عَنْهُمْ مَا كَانُوا يَكْسِبُونَ. Whatever they gathered in their life, whatever they earned in their life, didn't avail them anything. And this is sad, this is the evil end of the human being. When he lives in this life, he tries to gather the wealth, he tries to accumulate the wealth, but most of them dies before using it, before benefiting from it, or they may benefit very, very small portion of their wealth, and most of them remain for the others, for his sons or for his children, or maybe for the foreigners. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to understand and realize that in our life we should take our responsibility to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should do some benefit for ourselves. No one can do any benefit for us after we die. We should take the initiative and do something for ourselves, realize our life and understand what Allah, what the only one God expects from us. Why did He create us? What can we achieve from this life other than gathering wealth and abandoning them in this life without any any kind of benefit from them? ما أغنى عنهم ما كانوا يكسبون. If you want to use this experiment, if you want to use their inheritance, they have already lived in this life, and whatever they said, whatever they gathered didn't avail them. So look and draw the lesson from their life. If you do that, this favor will return to you. If you do not concern to the matter, if you do not approach to the matter in order to take lessons, ibrah, from it, then you may lose your life. You may lose your chance in your life. فَأَصَابَهُمْ سَيِّئَاتُ مَا كَسَبُوا. What happened to them when they did the same statement and deserved that this wealth belonged to them and they deserve it? فَأَصَابَهُمْ سَيِّئَاتُ مَا كَسَبُوا. The evil results of their actions, of their deeds, overtook them. فَأَصَابَهُمْ سَيِّئَاتُ مَا كَسَبُوا. The evil results of their actions, of their deeds, سَيِّئَاتُ مَا كَسَبُوا. Because if you do not do the right thing, and if you do not believe in the right way, then it means you do bad actions and you will go to the evil side. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who shows you that He is the one who possesses everything, and whenever you receive something from Him, you should be thankful to Him. If you are not thankful to Him, at that moment you began to sin, because if you are not grateful, if you are not thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you want to say to Allah that you should give me, you should provide me this provision, and I don't want to be thankful to you, I want to deny to you. As if you want to say to Allah that, oh Allah, you are my servant, hasha lillah, na'udhu billah. When you do not thank to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you do not acknowledge that this favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even when you say that you deserve it and Allah should give you, He is mandatory to give you, while denying Him, while neglecting Him in your life, this is the point of proud of the servant, in order to be as God. Or you want to say, I am the God and you have to serve me, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the biggest sin, because you are doing this crime to the one who is most merciful to you. You are doing this crime, this sin, against the one who is giving you whatever you need. What else, what kind of crime you can imagine bigger than this? The one who is most merciful to you, who gives you whatever you need.